Hey guys, TheALOwens here. I'm here today to give you a knife review. Now this is a knife that I've carried as my EDC for about the last 3 or 4 months. Wanted to give you my overall impressions and let you know how it's been holding up for me. The knife is the Gerber FAST Draw Serrated. Alright guys, I got to preface this with about a year ago, I had an everyday carry knife that I had gotten for real cheap that I really liked. It was the Gerber Paraframe. One of the things I liked about it was the Paraframe build, and it was basically a skeletonized knife. There were no scales on it. And one of the arms of the skeleton was actually the liner lock of the knife. I liked the knife because it was lightweight and it had just a really cool look to it. I didn't like it because I couldn't keep an edge on it. Guys, one day I had a catastrophic failure on that knife. The liner lock actually broke while I was using it. And no, this wasn't a heavy duty use. This was just normal everyday use. And I had a catastrophic failure and just barely moved my hand out of the way on time before I got my finger pretty good with the blade. Well, at that point, I swore off Gerber. Gerber had been a great brand growing up. I'd always loved the Gerber brand. They had some great quality knives, but that did it for me. I was not going to ever have another Gerber product. About 3 or 4 months ago, Practically Tactical had a giveaway, and I'll give you a link here for Handgun Newbie and Walker Armory. They're the two guys that run the Practically Tactical show. Be sure and check their show out. It's a Wednesday night live chat. They always have good, interesting guests and good topics. It's a great show. You need to watch it. But anyway, about 3 months ago, maybe 4, I won a contest from them, and one of the things was this Gerber Fast Draw Serrated. And I thought, well, you know what, we'll try it out. Because for one thing, I've never had an assisted open knife before. It's a very fast knife, very easy open. And FAST actually is an acronym for Gerber, for the name of the system. But here you can see, if you just take the thumb stud and just barely hit it, you've got a good solid opening. There is a lock on the scales here. When it is in the lock position, the blade will not open. When it's in the open position, hit the thumb stud and the blade will pop out. At that point, the lock goes back into place, and that is actually the lock on the blade. Got a nice drop point blade. There is about 1/3 serration on the end. In the past I've not really been a fan of serrations, but when doing rope work or cutting heavy cardboard, something like that, the serrations can come in handy. There is a nice thumb ramp on the back with some jimping on top. Actually gives you a really good purchase on the blade. You can get in there and work real well. It is ambi thumb studs. It has a very nice stainless steel clip. Now I will say the clip is non-reversible, non-changeable. You can't move it even to the opposite side. So it is a tip-up clip with the clip at the top going into your pocket. You are going to be tip-up, which is actually the way that I prefer to carry my knives. Overall, after about 3 to 4 months of usage as an everyday carry knife, this thing has held up very well. The only real negative that I can give you is there is a little bit of blade wobble that is developed, and I would tighten it up, but I don't have Torx heads that are that small. Alright, let's do some quick measurements here. We'll throw the knife on the scale, and you'll see we're 3.39 ounces. Looking at length, overall length, you see we're right at 4.5 inches, with a blade length just under 3 inches, and an overall open length at just at 7.25 inches. This has been a really good blade. It's held the edge very well. Now Gerber's website just says that this is a high carbon steel. I did email Gerber, and I will say one thing, their customer service is great. Within 24 hours they had a response back to me. The steel is actually, it's a Chinese steel. It's a very long designation that's not actually an official designation. Basically this steel is the Chinese equivalent to 440A stainless. We all know 440, it's a good stainless steel, and this does seem to have the correct heat treatment because it holds its edge very well. I've only sharpened this knife, I believe 2 times in roughly 4 months of carry, and I do use this on a daily basis. It's not heavy work, but opening packages, opening mail, opening boxes, just daily use cutting type of things. I do use this at least on a daily basis. The scales are basically a Zytel. I don't believe that it is the Zytel brand, but it's a glass-filled nylon scale on the knife. Now, one thing, my blade actually does have the nitrite coating. I don't believe Gerber has this anymore. I do like the nitrite finish. The version that's on their website right now is more of a high polished stainless. I do like the nitrite, and you can see the coating has actually held up really well. Very few marks in the coating. So I've been pretty happy with this blade, I have to say. Overall, guys, there are some drawbacks, but I do like this blade. Really, this fast open system is great. Very handy knife, good size, has held the edge well, and ergonomically I really do like it. You know, it's a good hold here. I really like the thumb ramp with the jimping because that really gives you a good purchase on the knife. Really able to grab it and to work well. Now, you do see that there is the finger notch here so that you can choke up and do some fine detail work. Overall, very well designed knife. Very few issues. And I gotta say, Gerber, for me, has redeemed their name with this knife. Guys, we do have the AMFAW shirts available now. You can see I have one on now. This is what the black ones look like on the back. It does have the All My Friends Are Warriors. On the front, just has the AMFAW knife. The OD greens do have the claymore on the front, the same knife design, and the same design on the back. Contact me if you'd like to order one. I'll put my email address in the description box below. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it when you like, share, subscribe. Remember, the Bible is the rock upon which our republic was built. I'm the TheALOwens, and all my friends are warriors.